Jeremy Bentham once stated, "The question is not can they reason, nor can they talk, but can they suffer?" All animals, from our pets to the animals in a circus, can feel. Honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, we must put an end to animal cruelty. Animals have emotions and can feel pain just like us. When you abuse an animal, it is the same as abusing a human being. They will feel fear, pain, and sadness. The simple act of hurting a living being is immoral, and it is wrong to make them feel this way. Would you like it if someone in power decided that they would hurt you just for their own pleasure or benefit, or just because they could, without any repercussions? Of course not. If you do not want to be hurt by people, then you should not be willing to inflict pain on others. I'm sure you have all seen or heard about rodeos at least once in your life. Now, I would like all of you to take a moment and put yourself in a baby cow's position. You would be running around the arena, trembling with fear while chased by a horse rider until you are finally caught. Afterwards, you would be lassoed, thrown to the ground, and your legs would be tied, only to then be dragged through the dirt by the neck. What I don't understand is how we are still allowing this to occur and how people see this simply as a sport. Another recognized form of animal cruelty is poaching. People hunt exotic beasts, often illegally, in order to obtain luxurious items of great value, but the price of getting those items is the death of countless animals. Some organizations, such as the World Wildlife Fund, collect signatures around the world in order to convince different countries to restrict poaching, as they have done in Thailand 3 years ago when they sought to ban the ivory trade. Animal cruelty diminishes the human race. We think of ourselves as the smartest and most powerful beings in this world, but when we torture poor innocent beasts, what does that make us? What are humans when they test cosmetics on monkeys? When they place a young calf in a cage so small it can only stand still until it grows and is ready to be eaten? Or when cattle is forced to work under the hot sun like slaves? Have we not evolved? I would like to tell you a story, my own dog's story. At barely 2 years of age, she was abandoned near a farm. The nearby farmer who owned the land had gone on a trip and came back to find him roaming around in search of food. Fortunately, he fed him and brought him to a woman who takes in abandoned dogs, where my family and I found and adopted him. He now lives a pleasant life among us. I often wonder how anyone could have wanted to hurt such a kind and loyal being. Why couldn't they have brought him to an animal shelter like the farmer did? Did they wish for him to suffer? Who are these people that seem to enjoy inflicting pain on others? Is humanity not above all that? Allowing animal cruelty to persist promotes inequality and injustice in the world. As spiritual leader Cesar Chavez said, "I became a vegetarian after realizing that animals feel afraid, cold, hungry, and unhappy like we do." Understanding that animals also have feelings and emotions should tell us that they deserve to have more rights. Maybe they're not able to speak or do math and science, but these beautiful creatures who bring joy to us deserve more respect. Humanity strives for peace and fairness in this world, but how can we claim that when we let animal cruelty persist and go unnoticed? Not too long ago, a man in Manitoba was brought to court for having violently killed 5 dogs with a hammer. Nevertheless, the man won his case and was acquitted. Is that how our justice system works today? A man who has exhibited cruelty and violence is permitted to walk around freely, suffering no penalty or consequence, not even a fine? Does that make sense? No, it does not. Many people are brought to court annually for animal abuse, but what of all the companies which provide our meat but mistreat animals and do not give them proper living conditions? Shouldn't they face our so-called justice too? Even in circuses, in order for the animals to perform well, trainers make them work hard every day. They are hit, whipped, and beaten, all in order for them to entertain us. A circus may be fun to watch, but we should not encourage these types of shows if we are aware of what animals endure to realize these acts. Elephants and lions belong in their natural habitat, not on a stage or in a zoo. They have a right to a safe environment, a right to live freely in this world. Some might say that we are superior and should use animals as we please, but this is not right. We need to stop thinking of beasts as inferior beings. Animal cruelty is an abusive human behavior towards animals, and we need to put a definite stop to it. We cannot pretend that we do not know what is going on. We cannot close our eyes and let innocent beings suffer in silence. The government must increase the consequences of animal abuse and even sentence these abusers to time in jail. People need to be more aware of what is going on, like the rooster and dog fights, goose force feeding, as well as the corrida in Spain. I hope that you will reconsider going to circuses or zoos where animals suffer simply for our amusement. Let's stop hurting these beings and claiming they are inferior. Let's become a better society. I'm not asking you to become a vegetarian. Even I eat meat. But if animal rights are as important to you as they are to me, I urge you to join organizations against animal abuse. Let's make a difference. Thank you.